So the Star Wars game that I played most, it's been a few years, but was Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, kind of kicking around like that. And that you could kind of create your own characters, and it was really customizable. Is there any of that in this game?
So you played the Old Republic?
Star Wars: The Old Republic, yes, SWTOR.
Yeah. All right. So I know about that game. I never really watched any gameplay, but so I don't really know what it is. But
it was a lot like World of Warcraft set in Star Wars, basically, like that kind of game.
All right. Well, I don't really know much about it, but I can say that there's not a whole lot of customization. You can't customize your troops. You can't customize your infantry. You can barely customize the heroes. Like, I wish you could change the color of their lightsaber.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because if you're a Star Wars fan, you might know about the Dark Saber. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it.
It's pretty much like a fashioned lightsaber made by the Mandalorians. I'm not way big on the Star Wars story, but I'm pretty sure I have this pretty accurate and down to a T. But the Mandalorians made a dark saber. It's a lightsaber, but the blade is black with white specks and a white outline around it. The blade is black. It's pretty much a black lightsaber, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
And it looks more like a machete than an actual like cylinder type lightsaber. It like the handle's like the bottom of a sword, kind of like Kylo Ren's.
Yep.
With like the little crossguard. But the sword is like a rectangle, like cut off at the end type weapon.
Interesting, yeah. That sounds awesome. So cosmetics. We'll go back to Battlefront 2 here.
Yeah.
Anything else that could be improved?
I personally think with more cosmetics like the Darth Maul skin, they don't have Obi-Wan in the game. They have a huge lack of Clone Wars heroes in the game. There's Darth Maul, Yoda. That's it. And, well, Darth Maul's really it, kind of, because Yoda's in 2 parts of the series.
Yep.
And he's like a Star Wars staple. Darth Maul was only in the first movie.
When you live for hundreds of years, I mean, it gets you in the canon in a few spots.
I guess. But Darth Maul died in the first movie, but he's in the game. So he's the only, like, true Clone Wars heroes we have. But there's rumors that in February, Obi-Wan and General Grievous will be released.
Uh-huh.
We have a confirmed roster that I could pull up now, and there's Anakin, Grievous, Count Dooku, Obi-Wan, Jango Fett. Those are the only ones I know off the top of my head, but there's a couple more confirmed heroes. I'm pretty sure there's like 10 extra heroes that are going to be added.
Grievous would be fun to play.
Yeah, and there was a leak. An early version of his model was leaked along with his abilities.
Nice.
Now I know, no spoilers, so I'm not going to do it, but there is an early render of him. It's not complete. There's no textures on it. It's just like an outline of what he's going to look like. Like, it looks like General Grievous, duh. Like, he has his, like, robotic arms and his helmet and stuff. No cape, unfortunately.
Oh.
I know. We're all heartbroken.
What are your thoughts on Chewbacca?
Oh my god, personally, I hate him. He's so overpowered and broken. Okay, so Chewbacca needs a buff. Or not a buff, please, not a buff.
Doesn't he already have one?
He needs a nerf. His bowcaster is insanely powerful, and combined with one of his abilities, which stuns you and can stun your entire team, because the grenade is an impact. It hits the ground, sends electricity out in an area, stuns you. You can't move for 3 seconds or so. And in that time, he can activate another one of his abilities called Overcharged, which overcharges his boltcaster.
Yep.
Yeah, bowcaster. Not boltcaster, bowcaster. And what it does is it supercharges. It makes it do more damage, and if he aims with it, it goes in like a square pattern, and he can just continuously headshot you. If you're Darth Vader, he has like a base of 750 health or so. Like, no, not 750, like 950 health. That's his base.
Wow.
All right?
That's pretty high.
And he can like 4-shot you. That's like 300, that's almost 300 damage a shot.
It's Chewbacca. I mean, that's canon.
That's not fair. I know we all saw the power of his bowcaster in the 7th movie. Han Solo now wants one. I don't. If that becomes a thing, we're gonna have problems. But I think that needs a nerf. His stun, I feel, is a bit overpowered. Maybe if they, like, changed, like, the range of which it spread so it didn't hit as many people. Because you can be, like, I'm going to say, like, a couple steps away from it, like maybe 5 steps away from it, and it'll still stun you because it'll jump out at you.
Wow.
Bolts of electricity will jump out at you. Heroes I think need a buff are Yoda and Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine has been confirmed to get a buff soon, but Yoda, I feel, because I was forced into playing in one game because all the other heroes were taken, which I was a bit upset about, and I was really annoyed because whenever Yoda attacks, not only is he super slow, he's not that tanky. He's not really tanky at all. He has 750 health, which sounds like a lot, but like,
is that average or is that
yeah, that's like average for a hero, and at least a lightsaber hero because they have to get up close and personal.
Yep.
He gets an ability that when he activates it, he has 1,000 health, which is good. He's like Vader at that point, but he can barely defend himself. He's super slow like Darth Vader, but he doesn't have the power of Darth Vader.
He's not like bouncing around like a little ping pong
ball?
ball?
No, that's exactly what he's doing, and that's what's horrible, because they can still hit you when you're in the air and stuff. You're not like hopping over them and stuff. You're like hopping up and down, like attacking, doing little spin rolls in the air. And at that point, it makes logical sense, but you can't really move. On top of his movement speed already being slow, it slows you down more. So not only can you like dash around them and hit, and dash around them and hit, because whenever he hits, he has to stand still and do his animation. Whereas other heroes can walk forward, walk sideways. He has to sit there and jump up and down, barely moving at all, which just makes him a sponge. And then, like, the other lightsaber heroes, except for Darth Maul, can, like, block attacks and, like, block blaster bolts, which is kind of like a signature move with a lightsaber. Yeah. He can't do that. He absorbs it with his hand, like in the third movie when he's fighting Palpatine. Palpatine shoots his lightning at him, and he absorbs it with his hand and sends it back, which sounds really cool, right?
Does he send it back?
No.
In the game?
No, he just eats it. He, like, eats it. It goes into his hand, and it makes one of his abilities stronger. And all it does is push people farther away. But he doesn't have the movement speed to run away when he does that.
Oh, man.
He can't even jump high like the other lightsaber heroes. It's Yoda. He should be able to jump. He's a Jedi Master. He's been alive for like 900 million years.
Do they have characters from the newer movies in it?
Yes, they have... Excuse me. Sorry. They have Finn, Kylo Ren... Or not Finn yet. Rey and Kylo Ren. As the time we're recording this, Finn and Captain Phasma are confirmed, and they're coming out in 2 weeks, along with a new map crate. So
when the stuff comes out like that, when new characters are added, do you have to pay money to get them?
You don't
or
have
is
to
it
pay
just
real life money. They removed all real life microtransactions from the game because of all the hate they were losing. They lost. Well, according to the No, a YouTube channel, EA may have lost $3.1 billion in stocks because of all the because of all the hate and anger behind the loot box progression system. It's a full price game with a free game economy, which I feel I like.
And that's
the
what
game
you were
a lot.
talking about earlier when you were talking about the rares being like really rare, right?
Yeah,
like that.
I love Star Wars. I'm such a big fan, and I know, like, if you're watching a Star Wars review, you're probably a pretty big fan, right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with this is they're using Star Wars for the money. If a big Star Wars fan sees something labeled Star Wars, they're going to be like, it's Star Wars! Oh my god, I want that! And people will go ahead and buy it, and they know that, and they're using it.
Well, yeah, my daughters have Star Wars toothbrushes. And
I
you
watched...
can get Star Wars anything.
I watched a video, and it said, like, I don't mean to offend anybody, but it said that EA is like an abusive boyfriend. You fight, you want to leave them, you don't want to go back, but then they pull you back because you like them. They just pull you back.
Or you're comfortable with what they're making.
It's Star Wars, so it pulls you back in. It's like you want to leave, you don't want to deal with it anymore, but you keep coming back.
So what, if you had to give it an overall rating, what would your rating be for this game? For Battlefront 2?
Now, I have a unique rating system, okay? Not to brag or anything. But I give it 8 out of 10 diamonds. 6 is like average. But I think it's an above average game. It could easily be a 10 if it wasn't for this horrible free-to-play progression economy system. It's really weighing down the game because, not to mention the credits you gain to buy the loot boxes and the heroes, some of the heroes at the base launch of the game, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, 60,000.
Wow.
Which is unreal. The lowest was 20,000 credits. And they were all and all the prices were reduced by 75%. So the lowest hero, the one that was 20,000 is now 5,000. 3 of the heroes are 10,000. Leia, Chewbacca, and the Emperor Palpatine. Darth Vader is now 15,000 instead of 60,000, just like Luke. Which, even now, that's still completely insane.
And when you pay those points, you just get to use them one time, or
no,
how does that work?
you permanently unlock them.
Okay.
Luckily, if I had to pay 15,000 credits every time because you earn like 300 credits a game, I don't think anybody would play it. Period. Because like you can't even equip the cards to heroes that you don't have unlocked, so you can't level them up. Because in order to level up your hero, it's based off the amount of cards you have. So if a hero has 9 total cards you can equip, you have 3 slots. That's the max you can have. But in order to access the second slot, the hero needs to be level 5. For the third, they have to be level 10. Say heroes 9 cards. And you get all their cards, but they're all commons. Because that's what you're going to get. Because that's how the loot boxes work. So all of them are commons, and they have 9. You can't slot a third one because it's not level 10. Because you only have 9 cards. But if you unlock a blue and you have 1 white, they're level 4. Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Which I have no problem with, like, the hero leveling up, but there's, like, no point behind it. You unlock emotes where they say a certain quote. Like, for Darth Vader, when he hits level 15, he says, "I find your lack of faith disturbing," which is, like, a classic. But at certain levels for them, you just stop unlocking stuff. I haven't hit that point yet. I'm probably not gonna.
Because you're average, Joe.
Exactly, I'm average. I don't get no special copy of the game looking at you other reviewers. I don't have a special copy of the game. I have a review, not a review copy. That's definitely not what I have. I wish I had that. That's probably amazing. Like earning like 3,000 credits a game, that'd be great.
So what are your thoughts for future games that you might want to review in upcoming episodes?
Well, around Christmas time, I think I'm going to get Call of Duty World War II, which I'm down to review.
Maybe we could do a Star Wars Destiny review.
Oh, yes, the card game.
Yeah, so we'll go a little analog, too.
That would be a little hard to explain, but we might have to do, like, a camera to, like, show off the cards and stuff.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'd figure that type of thing out, but other games I want to review, it's Call of Duty, already done Battlefront. As of the current moment, actually, Skyrim would be kind of cool. I don't know. I'd have to go back and play it, which such a chore. It's Skyrim.
Either way, Average Joe will be coming back at you.
I'll be back.
And if you don't believe that, we find your lack of faith disturbing.
That was bad. That was
You're
a horrible
welcome.
joke. No.
What can I say except...
End it. Fix it.
At that
End
point, ladies and gentlemen,
Stop him.
we'll see you on the flip side. Thanks for visiting Average Joe's Game Review, another production of Do Not Listen to This Podcast.
See you guys.